Group facilitators are trained to conduct teacher workshops that combine the teaching of classroom management strategies grounded in cognitive social learning and developmental theory with methods that motivate and engage teachers in an enjoyable learning process.
Let's see where that goes, okay?
The program is teacher goal-directed, interactive, and experiential, so that teachers practice new strategies through role plays, acting out both the teacher and student roles. This approach gives teachers an opportunity to experience interactions from the student's point of view and learn by observing other teachers' strategies.
It's definitely a different professional development experience for teachers. They're used to someone standing up in front of them and just talking at them and sort of telling them, here's what you should be doing. And then, often they leave there and don't actually do any of those things in their classroom and find it unhelpful. With the group format, where they're active participants and it's much more collaborative partnership between the leader and what's going on, it's totally different.
Okay, freeze. Nice.
And they often leave there just like, wow. They feel like they're learning something.
Very nice work.
When you're getting into descriptive commenting and social, emotional, academic coaching, they're really starting to see this as something different and unique and very helpful for them in their classrooms. They find it fun because it's meant to be the type of learning experience where teachers really are actively involved.
The beauty of this program is you're watching videos of pretty darn skilled teachers in classrooms, and we use them as a jump-off point to discuss. So at first, when teachers are feeling a little bit guarded about talking about their own experience, they get to talk about what they're seeing on the video and begin to get into these discussions around what I like to call the art of teaching. And I think what happens is they're coming to the training worried or feeling defensive because they think you're going to say, do X, Y, and Z and everything will be fine. And anyone who's taught knows that in the classroom, it's way more complex than that. What really begins to pull them along is as you look at the videos, you can begin to pull out common themes or what we call principles that then you can discuss. So for example, the attention principle, making sure that if you got a challenging kid in your classroom, he's getting more attention for appropriate behavior than the negative attention he's getting for problem behavior.
Jose's table's working really well. You guys are so busy.
And once you kind of have that general principle out there, what it's going to look like in each classroom can be really different. And what each teacher can do with it can be really different. And so what happens is they really get excited about talking about how they can do things differently in their own classroom. And then what's worked into the workshop is that in between the training days, myself and the other leader will go visit the teachers in the classroom, and you can watch them trying some of these new ideas. And it's great because you're like the football coach. So you can really help them dial into the process of change in these children and how for the really tough kid, it's not going to happen overnight. And if you can help them to see these teeny tiny little steps, and it's a kid who's been driving them crazy all year long, boy, they can really just take off with the program. They're gently, slowly but surely led in a way that gets them really excited about having some different tools to use in their classroom. And it's really fun to see them get excited about teaching again.
You are really working together to figure out how to do this.
I think one of the unique aspects about the teacher training in the group is that the facilitators are also modeling. The facilitator is modeling the use of positive reinforcement or praise or different strategies within the group so that they are seeing that.
Nice work.
It's a nice layered approach to training that's very often neglected.
The teachers are reflecting about the pyramid, their own classrooms, and then we will do a practice, and they then put those principles into play.
Okay, I'll tell them. You owe me money. No, I don't.
There's so many contextual variables that teachers struggle with, but if you give them a set of principles that say you can do whatever you want in your classroom with your interpersonal style, as long as it's consistent with these fundamental principles.
I think the role plays and the practice really bring their classrooms into the group because they are acting like that kid that they can't exactly figure out how to work with or support, and then they get to see how that might actually play out, and I think that really helps with generalization of any of the skills that they're learning into their own classroom, because they're like, oh, you know, we tried that and I think that might work. Let me go back and see if it does.
I think it would have been better if I had just not let him take the time out over there and just made sure that he took his time out over there and then watched.
I think the teachers vary in how much coaching and support that they need. I think teachers feel very isolated, but then to have another person to bounce ideas off with, I think is really helpful for them.